Alright guys, so last week I came out with a video. I bought a compressor for $221.50 and I was dealing with a pump that was tired. For the past 4 years I've owned it. I decided to buy a new pump. This is a new Eaton 5-horse 2-stage pump that is capable of 17 CFM at 175, 19 CFM at 90. In this video I just want to cover a quick time lapse of how I installed this thing. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is actually get to the compressor, and here I got to move the solvent tank and also move the toolbox out of the way. Next up is the false closet that I built that kind of hides it, yet gives me some storage. Now I'm just going to use an engine hoist to kind of get it away from the wall so I can work on it a little bit. So I just picked up this engine hoist from Harbor Freight and it's going to be awesome for this job. Okay, time to take off the belt cover. Loosening up the motor here so I can take off the belts. And we'll bring the hoist back in so we can remove the pump from the tank. These pumps weigh like 200 pounds, so you definitely don't want to lift this by yourself. Engine hoist is the way to go. Okay, we'll just drop this old pump on the lift table here and we'll hook up the new one in a second. Luckily I had a 3-jaw puller and I can remove the motor pulley here. Here's the new pulley that we have to put on. It's actually a 2-piece taper lock, and the reason we had to go with a different pulley is for a larger 7.75-inch diameter pulley that so we can get this pump spinning at the correct RPM. So here it's just a matter of lining up the 2 pulleys, making sure they're square, and another consideration is that the belt guard needs to fit on. And the distance between the centers of the pulleys needed to match up for the cutouts in the belt guard. So overall it's pretty easy, but you just got to make sure everything's gonna line up for you, and then you can mark the holes and drill them out. Okay, we can set the pump back on the base plate and mount it up. It's ready to go. So now comes the fun part of bending up some copper tubing from the pump to the tank. Luckily my brother is an HVAC guy for a living. He has a Yellow Jacket tubing bender that he let me borrow, and here I am just trying to eyeball this run or bend here. And this is 1/2-inch ID 5/8 OD copper tubing that I just got from Home Depot. Okay, here I'm working on a small bend. It needs to be a little bit of an offset to jog over from the cutout in the base plate down to the check valve. Bend's looking pretty good. Now we'll just tighten up the fittings and hope for no leaks.